Hi everybody, it's Isaac here back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about whether earning all those King of the Race cars are really worth it. This will be an interesting video coming from a Nitro type player, such as myself, who has quite a bit of races. In fact, if I go right to my stats, I have 52,137 races. However, I really don't care too much about the cars on Nitro type as far as that goes. They do make the game more interesting, but I don't really race for them. I race to get faster at typing. So this should just be an interesting perspective from somebody who's done 50,000 races, which has taken me several years. So if we go over to the King of the Race, and this isn't all of them, of course. I think it really just depends. If you do like the aesthetics, then yeah, it does help. A lot of the King of the Race cars are pretty high quality. You know, of course we have our cash achievements, and then we have some titles, and then we have... I actually really like this car for 250 races. It's pretty good. I think actually they should have switched these two around. I don't like the trifecta at all. Mini Sherman's a good car. The F4U Corsair's good. I like the perk. I like the Watch 6. Watch 6 may be a little weird, but I still think it's decent. The Manturay's a good car, and I like the Laken a lot too. So with that being said, and there's a lot more. In fact, if I were to go to the Nitro type wiki and pull this up, go to King of the Race cars. Actually, I think I can just pull it up with cars. I just go to cars and go to cars, and then just go to King of the Race. King of the Race. It goes all the way up to the Wild 500. So yeah, I really don't like this car. I'm really disappointed about it. This one's good. This one's decent. This one's really good. It's okay. This one, meh, and I like this one. So yeah, they're a lot higher quality. In fact, we can just pull them up and keep them here. They're a lot higher quality than a lot of the other cars. If we look, we've got these more basic cars. I like these a lot, but you can't get those in achievements anymore. But yeah, you get the idea. These are just higher quality. They're for, obviously a lot harder. But are they really worth it? That's kind of the question. And overall, I think they are, if up to a certain point. I think up to about the Laken, they're really worth it. And then after that, maybe a little disappointing. This one specifically, if they were to redo this one, I think that'd be awesome. This one's good. I really do like this one. And all of these paint well, obviously. But yeah, I think up to the Laken, I think they would be worth it. And then again, it depends. If we go from the perspective of a grinder, obviously it's not going to take very long to get here. If you consistently race, I believe if you do like 200 races a day, that 5 days to do 1,000 races, it would take you... I don't even want to do that math. So let's see, 5 days to do 1,000 races. So then you just times that by 50. So 5 times 50 would be 250 days. So not quite a year to get the Laken. So I guess the better part of a year. My math may be wrong. I'm typically pretty good at math, but I'm tired. So yeah, from the perspective of a grinder, they actually are worth it. They're just kind of like a nice bonus. Because obviously if you're doing a fair bit of racing a day, you're going to be getting a lot of achievements, you're going to be getting lots of cash. But I really think after this, they get spaced out by 25k, and then they get spaced out by 50k, and then by 250k. So I think really past this car, they're not worth it. That's just my opinion. If you're just somebody who wants to improve, I'd say probably past the perk. Maybe past that, a lot of people that just already come into the typing scene decently fast and just want to get better to use Nitro type, typically don't get a huge amount of racing. No, This Is John is an incredibly fast typist. I don't believe he has more than 40,000 races, maybe a little bit more, but you get the idea. It really just depends on your skill set, what your goal is for Nitro type. If you're specifically wanting to get a good King of the Race car, then I think probably the point in which it's really not worth it anymore is probably past I Love Shoes 15.0, which is the Blitz McLaren SHS 15.0. This one, it's not my favorite car. It's okay. And then the Wildflower, not my favorite. The Wild 500 is a pretty cool car, though. It looks kind of funny, but I like it. It's a good type of funny, if that makes any sense. But that's pretty much just my 2 cents. This wasn't really supposed to be a very organized video. It was just kind of me speaking my mind about really are the King of the Race worth it, and overall I say they are to a point, probably past the Laken for most people, because then you have to do 25k races, so you basically have to do half of what you had beforehand to get to the next car, and it's not even that great, so you really have to actually double your races before you start getting to the good King of the Race cars. My goal is to have 100,000 races by the time I quit. At least 100,000. I'd like to get maybe like to 150K if possible, but that's going to take me a long time. And as I go through high school and probably start doing advanced placement classes and probably going to do dual credit because I'd like to get into a good college and get a good job. I typically get pretty good grades, and I think that would help me a lot. As you kind of like go through high school, if I had started Nitro-Type about 2 or 3 years earlier and had started racing 2 or 3 years earlier, like consistently, then maybe 150K to maybe 200K would be a reasonable goal. But because I started so late and I probably won't do Nitro-Type past high school, maybe a little in college, I really don't foresee myself getting anything past 150,000 races. I think I'll just be burned out at that point. Because the Blitzmclare SHS 15.0 is my goal car on Nitro-Type. It is probably my favorite car on this game. I just really like it. We can actually pull it up. I just really like this car. I don't know why. I just like it. And it just looks nice. And then it also paints pretty well. Like, it really looks good in just about any paint job. So, but that's just, like I said, that's my 2 cents. It really depends on when you started typing, what your goal is for the game. Overall, I'd say up to a point. But really, you shouldn't really race on Nitro-Type if you don't find enjoyment in it. I find enjoyment in it, which is why I continue to race. But the day that I stop finding enjoyment, I'll just do something else. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, it would be great if you could like and subscribe. Helps out quite a bit. I'm not sure when our next giveaway will be. Probably first Friday of April. Also, my track meets are going to be starting soon. Thursday is my first one if that doesn't get rained out. So I'm probably not going to be able to upload daily anymore when that starts, because when I come home from track meets, I am going to be wiped, because most of them are not home games, so I'll have to go to some cities nearby, and I live out in the country. Most of them are not home meets, most of them are away, decently far away, like I said. So there will be days where I probably won't race or upload, like, at all. I'll probably just want to come home and, like, go to sleep or do homework if I have any homework. I haven't had too much of that this year. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you got something out of this. I think that's going to be it for today's video. I'll see you all in the next one.